Although I like to think of myself as a friendly person, comfortable around each of you in a small group, I prefer not to speak to a large crowd and really wanted to enjoy my evening, instead of being nervous. So we agreed that the video was the best route to go, and let's face it, odds are you probably listen to me on the screen more than you'll listen to me in person. It's a sign of our times. On this day, when I celebrate my bar mitzvah, I of course want to begin by thanking the most important people in my life. My mom and dad, who always love and support me and have worked hard to make this a beautiful and memorable occasion for me. I am very lucky to have 4 grandparents here. I know how special this is. They've all contributed to my education. I love you all so much, and I hope to always make you proud. It is in our home that I have learned the most important lessons of Jewish life. School can only teach you so much. HA is a wonderful school, and I am grateful for all they have done for me and continue to do, but school can only teach you what to do. Family teaches you how to do it. Our family's Shabbos table and Yom Tov table are always filled with joy and happiness and love and family. No matter how busy my family is on Shabbos and Yom Tov, it is always beautiful. The story of our Parsha is a story that I and all Jewish kids learn about when they open a Chumash. These are the same stories my parents and grandparents learned when they opened their Chumashim. For my grandma and grandpa, it was in a very different surrounding than what we are in now. But the lessons of the story remain the same. The story of Noach and Avram are the stories that show how much one individual can change the world. I am only 13, let's face it. I haven't really done much yet, but I know that in order to change the world, you need first of all to care passionately about people. One thing my parents and grandparents all have in common, but in their own way, is that they care deeply about the Jewish people. They love their shows, they love their community, and they have a deep love for the state of Israel. They have taught me to love the right things. In this week's Parsha, Noach has quite an introduction. The Parsha states that Noach was a virtuous man. He was unblemished in his generation. Noach walked with God. What is the big deal about this introduction? This is the first time in the Torah that a character is introduced with these titles of distinction. Aish Sadiq, Tamim, pure. But it is even more interesting because of one word used, Tamim. There is another character that is introduced in a similar way, Avram. Yermer Elav Ani El Shaddai Hita Lach Lifnei Vehiyeh Tamim. Today I want to focus on both of these Sadiqim and how they relate to my grandparents. This morning, many of you were privileged to attend a special occasion. At age 83, my grandfather read the Haftarah and celebrated a bar mitzvah of sorts. Both of my grandparents are survivors of the Shoah, and my grandfather never had the opportunity to really commemorate this special occasion. Here's a clip of my grandfather interview from the Spielberg Foundation as he reflects on his turning bar mitzvah.
I recall Friday, my uncle's brother, Mendel Schiff, he came to pick me up from the school. He found out that I'm there. He was living in a little village very close by. We walked there, and there where he gave me a set of tefillin, where I put my first time in my life tefillin on my hands and my head.
How did you feel?
What could I feel? Just, I was always crying. It was very sad, you know. I knew that I am running, no father, mother, nobody with me, just myself.
The story of my grandma and grandpa reminds me of the story in Parsha Noach. Noach witnesses the destruction of the world as he knew it, only to be a survivor and witness the world being reborn. Noach was a character of extreme faith. He built an ark as Hashem has instructed him and followed God's instructions to a T. When the world was destroyed, Noah could have questioned where was God, as did many people at the time after the Shoah. The answer now is the same as it was then. Not where was God, where was man? Hashem gave the world to mankind, and in just 10 generations man became corrupt and evil. So too at the time of the Shoah, man destroyed the world as we knew it, But what amazes me about my grandpa and grandma is their unbelievable commitment to the word of Hashem. Through all the destruction, they kept their faith and raised children and grandchildren to do mitzvah and stay true to the Torah's way of life. Noach and my grandparents, in my eyes, are true tzaddikim of their generations. To describe my paternal grandparents, Baba and Zeta, it is the best to refer to next week's parsha, the portion that I read from today's parsha, Lech Lecha. In Lech Lecha we speak about Abraham Avinu and Sarah Imenu. So much of what we learn about them I see in my grandparents. My Baba and Zeta have committed their lives to the mission that we learn in Lech Lecha. Often their homes have literally been compared to Avram's tent. Their doors are always opened, their table is always full, their chesed has affected more people than I'm sure that they even know. Some of my best memories are around the weekly family dinner with my aunts, great aunts, uncles, cousins, Baba and Zeta. We often get stopped by people that tell us how Baba and Zeta influenced their lives for the better. To me, that is very much what we learn about Avram and Sarah in the Parsha. As a bar mitzvah, I've begun to put on tefillin every morning. The tefillin shel rosh, to me, represents all the beautiful ideas that come to my mind about how I want to act as a frum Jew. I think of these things because of all the ways I have been influenced by not only my parents and grandparents, but my aunts, uncles, and cousins. The tefillin shel yad represents my actions and putting in practice of these beautiful ideas. My extended family has taught me and will continue to teach me about how to be a good Jew. I hope I will always have the courage and determination necessary to put these ideas into practice and connect my tefillin shel rosh and tefillin shel yad. I want to give a special thanks at this time to my uncle Ephraim for teaching me to learn. I have been learning with him for months, and he has been the most patient teacher. It was very special to me to spend this time with him, and I will always remember that you took the time out of your busy schedule to teach me. To Rabbi Pipko, I care very much about the shul. I grew up here with you as my rabbi, and you are probably the only grown-up I know that moves around more than I do. I look forward to many more years as your shul member. To the Kollel, and especially to Rabbi Mualim, thank you for learning with me and for making the KTM such a big part of my Jewish education, and of course to HA again for all the amazing memories so far. To all my friends, I have so many memories with you from school, Kama Shva, Happy Mom, vacations, sports. You are a great group of friends, and I am excited to the years we have ahead with each other. To my aunts, Linda, Judy, Debbie, Julie, and Rachel. To my uncles, Rami, Ephraim, and Darren. You have all influenced the person I am so far and will continue to influence me in the future. Each of you is special to me, and I cherish every moment we are together. To my cousins and great aunts and uncles, in distance, some of you are close and some of you are far. But this is the only in distance. Each of you are very special to me, and I am lucky to have you in my life. To Sarah and Josh, yes, I know every bar mitzvah speech has a bar mitzvah boy saying how lucky he is to have such a great brother and sister, and how lucky he is to have a role model to learn from. So I won't be a typical bar mitzvah boy. Instead, I'll tell you that even though you are both too mature to play with me and hang out with me, I still know that you think I am cute, and you know that I will be laughing so hard when in the next 2 years I grow even taller than both of you. Last but not least, I thank you, all friends and family from near and far, for coming to my bar mitzvah. So many of you have been part of my life since day one, and even if you are not officially family, many of you are like family. The party has not even started, so stay long, really long, because my mom worked really hard this evening. Enjoy the surprises we have planned, and have an amazing night!